Before we start talking about drones in this video, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone who went and watched the Holes in Siege and Why You Make Them video, because as of recording this, it is at 74 views, which is right now my third most watched video on the channel. So everyone who watched it, everyone who shared it, everyone who retweeted it on Twitter, I owe you a thanks. I'm not good at this gratitude thing. Just everyone who shared it, I appreciate you. So you've probably heard a million YouTubers and streamers and everyone tell you that droning is the most important part of the game, but I don't know how many of them actually explain how important droning is. So I'm going to explain two big things: why droning is important and how to properly drone, because there's a way to do it, and just running out and getting your drone killed is not it. When you start an attack round, you will get your first drone of the game. You only get 2, that means your team has a total of 10. If you lose a drone, you lose 10% of all your drones for the game. I don't care about looking for the bomb right now. So if you lose, let's say, 3 of your drones for the game, during prep phase, that is 30% of your drones gone. Drones are so critical as an attacker because they are basically cameras. Like, when you're defending, let's find a camera really quick. You get all of these cameras around the map to find the attackers as they're moving through. Camera there. I think there's another camera on first floor somewhere. I could be wrong. Up there. All of these cameras, the biggest thing about them, the thing that makes them so powerful, is that there is no risk to you as a defender for using them. You can sit on a cam, find someone in kitchen, ping them, you can do whatever. There is no risk to you as a defender when you use those cameras. That is what drones are for attackers. So first of all, the very first thing when you are droning, when you're attacking and using your drone, if you are the rando, the solo queue motherfucker that does this, you just sit on your drone, or you don't sit on your drone all game. If you are the rando that sits on your drone during prep and doesn't do anything for your team, you are part of the problem, and you specifically are the reason I'm making this video. Not in the good way. Please fucking drone. During prep phase, when you're setting up your drones, there's going to be 2 things drones are doing. The first is gathering intel. So some of the drones, and the most likely to die, will be going around the map. There's the bomb. There's the bomb. That is the first and most important job of the drone when you're doing intel. If you're on an intel drone, find bombs. The next thing you should be doing is looking for the defenders, looking for how they're setting up. Maybe ping over here. Oh, they have a frost. Maybe fucking ping over here. Oh, they have an Oryx. Or if you get really good at the game, you play a lot, you know what things sound like, you can go here, listen very closely. They set up a frost trap. You don't even need to ping the frost. You know they have a frost now. Your job during prep phase on your drone is to get information and try to have your drone survive. Now let's say you've gotten all your information, you know who the entire defending team is, you know where bombs are, you know where all their utility is. The next step with your drone is to use it as an entry drone. What an entry drone does is you put it in a room where it has, gotta get it up here, where it has a lot of sight on a particular room. The point of the entry drone is to basically give you eyes so that you don't have to risk your life. This is a pretty bad example. I'm actually gonna move this drone. Let's say the bombs are upstairs and we want to push upstairs directly to the bomb site. The point of the entry drones, let me see if I can make this really quick. I can. By the way, neat little trick you're going to want to learn. If your drone is in a room, what you're basically doing is checking whether it's clear or not. Like, this is basically a security camera. Let's say this room is clear. You tell your team, reading room is clear. Your team now has bodies in this room. Your team now owns this room, effectively. You've got you're putting claymores here. You're putting claymores on the stairs. You own this room. That is what the drone helped you do. Thank you. Next step, if you are playing support, and most people are going to be playing support, let's be real. When you have taken this room, you are now going to do the same thing with the next room. You're going to drone in. All right, Twitch room is clear. Twitch is going to immediately follow it because the room is clear. That is still good information. The sooner you can clear a room with your drone and tell someone if the room's clear or not, the better. All right, next room, bomb site. Twitch, there is an Oryx hiding on 1. Actually. And that is what you do with your drone as a support. You literally just go in, you give the pings, your team does the things. There's a frost peeking here. You are helping your team win by telling them where things are. Now, let's say you've secured your rooms. You've still got, like, you know, all of your drones. You don't know what to do with the rest. Not everyone needs to be using their drone, you know, to entry, because then there's going to be, like, 5 drones moving at once. If you have taken a room and you want to, you know, help your team, especially if you're a dead player and you want to help your team, take one of your drones. Fuck. Now this, I'm actually going to clean it up a bit. 1 second. Okay, good. You can destroy those. This is a flank drone. What this does is you just leave it here. Or maybe that might be better, actually, because it's not sticking out. What this drone does, and it's especially useful for your dead players, this drone isn't helping you look ahead. This drone is helping you watch behind. And what I mean by that is, let's say you've got Twitch planting in here. She's planting and doing her thing. There is nothing stopping attackers from moving. Let's say one of their roamers is coming back. Dead players on the drone. You've got Cavi coming back on 1. So now what that flank drone has done is it is giving your team the advantage by telling you someone is flanking you. That way, it's not just all of you doing this, watching one door, and then all of a sudden Cavi is taking out your team because she's right there. So use some of your drones to help someone get into a room. Use some of your drones to help watch behind you, especially because players are going to die, and they're going to want to do things like this. Now, let's say you're back on prep. Everyone's found all the bombs, yada, yada, yada. What you can do with your drone, if you're not using the drone to find where you're going in, next thing you can do, let me see if I can get it up here. I haven't done this one in a while. You can set up, effectively, cam drones. These drones aren't particularly helpful for getting in. They're not particularly good for watching flanks. What these drones basically do is, during the course of the game, they're going to be your eyes. So let's say, you know how the defender can see there, they can see there. I didn't realize they were that close. There's another one in the kitchen under me. Defenders have all of those stationary cams watching every possible angle, but as an attacker, you don't have those unless you set up these drones. I'm actually going to be smart really quick. So let's say your team is really eyeing a push on A. I just did this. Come on. There we go. And then throw another. Let's say your team has a plan. They know where they want to push. So as you are making your plan, as you're just starting your attack and moving through the building, you can have all of these cams set up, and everyone on your team, especially your dead players, can go, they're rotating over there, and now they're rotating through there. Basically, you have stationary cameras watching the map. That is what drones are meant to do. Watch the map, see what enemies are doing, give you intel, and if you need help getting into a room, yeah, I have a drone in that room. There's someone over there. Down. And then, you've got control of this room. Move the drone up. Room clear. And then one of the players on your other cameras, you've got someone flanking you over there. please use drones. I cannot emphasize using drones enough. As far as using them to get information, first of all, don't die. Please, don't lose your drones. Secondly, if you are droning around, especially trying to get intel, you want to be looking for these areas where you can, like, hide. So the enemies have to, you know, really prone to get you if they know that you're there. You want to be jumping up on shit to make it harder to, you know, see your... Because how many people in Siege really look up? Let's be real. I didn't know that angle was a thing you could do, and now I'm going to be using that in my games. Basically, you just want your drones to be as hard... That's actually not bad. Hold up. I'm getting distracted. You want your drones in key positions to find the enemy, and you want your drones in positions to not get found, which is why they're very zigzaggy and jumpy. There are 2 special drones in all of Siege. Only 2. Unless you're counting defenders, but we're focusing on attack here. Twitch has her own special drones, the Zappy Boys. Cute zappy bastards. What they do is they zap. If there is a piece of vulnerable utility, like a proxy alarm here, or I'm trying to think what else there is, a nitro cell, something that isn't bulletproof, you can zap it and destroy it. As Twitch especially, I'm going to go the other drone because I just used up all my zaps. Let's say you want to push... Actually, not even that. I'm going to go back to the front door because that'll be a better demonstration. Also, Twitch's drones are thick. Keep that in mind when you're using them. If you are playing Twitch and you want to, like, help get utility on a Twitch drone, zap. Now the enemy doesn't know if you're coming from that way or not. Zap. Enemy doesn't know if you're coming. Zap. Enemy doesn't know you're coming. You're just taking out cams. Go to the other one. I already popped that one. What other cams are there? I think I got all the cams that aren't basement. Hold on. Is there one here? No, I know there's one on site. There it is. That is effectively what you're doing as Twitch. You are being a nuisance and destroying all the enemy utility so they don't have cams, while also using it as a drone and getting intel, which is why Twitch is one of my favorites for support, especially if you're solo queuing, because getting rid of enemy utility is never a bad thing. And the other special drone is Flores with his RCEs, which have some major differences from regular drones. For one, you can't stop them. They just move around. They have a set timer, and when that timer goes up, give it another 3, 2, 1. They explode. You can gather intel with them. It's not recommended because they can't stop and you can just get quick glances. But the thing they're really good for is... going boom. These things can destroy, you know, obviously walls. They can destroy hatches like this. They can destroy non-bulletproof utility like cameras. And they can destroy bulletproof utility like shields, cameras, the casings for Goyo's thing, castle walls. Anything that is bulletproof, Flores can destroy with his drones. So if you see a shield, if you see a Maestro cam, these are what you're going to be using them 90% of the time on. Or, you know, breaching. I almost ran right into it. You're not really going to be using them for breaching that often, but it's not the worst option given that you get 4 of them. So there is a little bit of leniency with them. I'm not going to go over everything you should do with Flores drones, but that is just another special drone to think about. And yeah, that is hopefully a decent start for droning for some people. Bare minimum, I ask people do 3 things. Use your drone at the start. If you're another rando who doesn't use the drone at the very beginning, you are part of the problem. This is Siege, not Call of Duty. Please use your drones. Secondly, survive with your drone. I would rather you play with your drone badly because you don't know the map then try to, you know, be some god tier who's learning the map as you go. Like, if you really want to learn the map, go into just a regular, you know, T-Hunt, go into a no-hezi, and just, you know, drone around and learn the map and learn places you can do things. Like, for example, can I get on that lamp? Perhaps. Well, I would have if I didn't fuck up the landing there. But you get the point. Practice your drones. That's the second thing. Don't get your drones killed. Third thing, set up your drones for angles. Please set up your drone. Don't just have a drone on the floor somewhere, just because that's going to get killed. Please like put some thought into your drones. Hide them a bit. Put them high up on things. Put them low to the ground in angles the enemy might not expect immediately. Just put them in good spots. Don't just do that. Like, that is easy to fucking kill. Bare minimum, you know, put it... I can't go in there? Nope. Bare minimum, just go under something. Make the enemy have to prone to get your drone. That's it. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I appreciate everyone who's been watching these, because I enjoy helping people get better at the game, because the game improves when the players improve. That's really why I do this. The game improves when the players improve. Peace.